Hey, what's going on guys, G1X here, and today we're taking a look at Mr. Freeze from the Batman the Animated Series by DC Collectibles, and as you can see, Mr. Freeze does not have his head on. That is not because he is broke. This figure is perfectly fine, just like Two-Face and just like Batman. Catwoman is the only one that I've had problems with. Twice. Two different figures, two different parts breaking, so just be careful whenever you're messing with that Catwoman figure. Obviously, I was, considering I just broke the previous one, and when I got my hands on the second one, it broke too. So I explained that all in the Two-Face review if you want to go check that out, but let me know if you're having kind of the same problems with, you know, some of the figures in the line. The other three, they're perfectly fine. It's the Catwoman that's really bad, but let's go ahead and jump into Mr. Freeze. We're going to go ahead and move his body over here to the side, and we'll get into what this little thing is here. Now, as you can see, he has a little spot for a ball joint to fit in the middle. That's obviously for his head, and then these other four here. What you're supposed to be able to do is pop these all four, so it's kind of like a little four-legged spider, I guess you could say. The spider has 8 legs, but you get what I'm saying here. So he could crawl around with just his head, which is kind of creepy, but apparently it's supposed to represent something from the episode. You can see all these figures that you're going to be getting. Obviously, more have been announced, like Batgirl, which I'm extremely excited about. This one's going to be from episode Cold Comfort. So apparently this happened in that scene. Now, the only reason that I didn't go ahead and connect all four, as you can see, there's like little stress marks developing here. And every time I try to like press that in, I'm kind of pressing down with here just because of, I guess, my fingers. I guess if you had like little 2-year-old fingers, you'd be able to get it in there. But it's a little tough, and just because of my Catwoman experiences, I don't want to deal with it. But you can see that you get 4 of them here. I guess that would look cool. I'm not going to display it that way. Why buy this big, nice figure that has all this articulation and all these hands, and all you're going to use is the head, you know? So we'll go ahead and set that off to the side. Go ahead and unplug that one there. And then you can plug his head back into the middle one. Now, setting Mr. Freeze off to the side, you do get 3 pairs of hands. If we can get these to focus, come on. No, that's not very good. You know what? Let's see if this will make it focus. All right, there's something big. There you go. All right, so you get 2 of these little open hands, and unlike which one is it? Two-Face, he just has hands that plug in. This is like the Batman, to where these actually have bend to it. So, and that's on every single one of the hands, you know, it has that bend to it. So you get the pair of, we're going to say, karate chop hands. You get a pair, he's equipped with one already to hold his gun hand, and that also bends back and forth, so really nice. And a pair of the closed fist, again, bends back and forth. So really good joints on those. I think it's a little bit better than the Batman one. But let's take a look at the figure, and it looks exactly like he did on screen. And that's what I absolutely love about this line. You know, every single figure is, you can definitely tell that it's a, you know, Bruce Timm design. It's just absolutely beautiful. So you can get a better look at the head. Yeah. You know, look at that. Man, that is so cool. But this does, well, that pops off again. But this does rotate here. It doesn't have any other type of look back and forth motion, but most of the time you're going to have him with this on anyway. And like you can see, you can take that off. So if you wanted to kind of move it off to the side to where he's looking there and then put that back on, that's how you would do that, which I like that idea. There we go. The stand is the exact same as the other ones, to where, you know, you have a nice little picture of Mr. Freeze and a couple of different stance there. This clear portion right here just stays stationary. This can move around. This can go up and down. These can slide back and forth. So depending on how close you want them to here, or the back, or off, or whatever, these open and close just like the others. So really nice job with these stands. I like it. When some of the figures, but even like Two-Face, to where you'd think, you know, this guy, no way is he going to be able to stand on his own. He does just fine, like you see. So still like the stand though. It's a nice little touch, and in case your neighbors are always closing, slamming their doors and stuff like that, you have figures falling off the shelves. But as far as, you know, this guy and his articulation, he does also, you know, rotate here at the arm. Oh yeah, this, you know, this can kind of rotate a little bit. It'll pop off though. So, but the arms go in and out. They also rotate up and down. You just kind of have to be careful with this. This isn't a soft plastic. This is actually hard, so it's not going to have any give to it. The elbow does. Where is it? Where's the elbow? Yeah, it's right there. Doesn't bend a whole lot. As you can see, that's about as far as it goes, but it's definitely fine with me. It also, does the rotation here. Then you have the hand, which goes back and forth, and this rotates as well. So some nice hand movement. A little limited in the elbow. That's the one negative, but it's fine. Comes with this nice little blaster freeze ray, which is pretty cool. Pretty accurate to what you see in the cartoon. The other arm is exactly the same. He doesn't really have ab crunch. I mean, he moves that much, but I don't know what you could actually do with that. It does rotate at the waist, though. It does have legs that go back and forth. They also go in and out, as you can see there. They also bend here at the knee, almost 90 degrees. They rotate at the boot, which is nice, and goes back and forth at the toe, or at the end of his little snow boot there. The one thing or concern that I kind of had with him is it looks, if you look at his boots, it looks like this should be on this side and this should be on this side. Because, obviously the toes are correct, but it looks like the actual top section of the boot, this should be over here and this should be over here. If you can kind of see that. Maybe they're assembled correctly, but it's kind of weird, especially if you try to, even whenever you put them at a stance where they're together, they look a little off. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not going to bother me that much because he can still stand on his own just fine, and he looks pretty nice. I'm just going to have to mess with him. Yeah, there we go. Standing him up to Two-Face so you can get an idea there. Now we got to get Two-Face to stand. That's where the stands come into play there. They help out so much. There we go. And we'll grab Batman. And you can see Mr. Freeze is actually a little bit taller than the rest of them there, which I think is pretty accurate to the cartoon. If you want to see him with some Star Wars 6-inch blackline figures, you can definitely tell that he's quite a bit taller than Boba Fett there. And then whenever you compare him to Luke Skywalker, obviously he kind of towers above him. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Plan on doing reviews on all these guys. Let's see which ones. So there's the first four right there. Catwoman, we're going to try to get a third one. The Joker, Robin, Man-Bat, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc and Doll, Robin, another Robin. So you have down here, I believe, is the animated series, and this one up here is in the New Adventures. There's also a New Adventures Batman tour. This one was from the animated series. Then you got the Creeper, you have Harley Quinn. I've also seen Batgirl as well. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.